Hey, it's Mr. Barr, and I'm going to do an edulastic work for numbers. Let's start this assignment. Irrational. Anything with a pi in it is irrational. Anything with the square root of a non-perfect square. Perfect squares are things like square root of 16, 36, 25. So square root of 37 would be a non-perfect square. Decimals that go on forever without repeating are irrational. Everything else is rational. Do you want to check answer? Looks good. Pi. What is pi? Pi is irrational. How do I know that? Because it contains pi. Oh, you know what? Let's do a check answer. 19. Well, that is rational. Does it contain pi? No. Is it a square root of a non-perfect square? No. Is it a decimal that goes on forever? No. Without repeating. Is it none of these, so it must be rational? Yes. Square root of 7. It's irrational. How do I know? Does it contain pi? No. It contains the square root of a non-perfect square? Yes. 1/2. It's rational. How do I know? It contains pi? No. Square root of a non-perfect square? No. Decimal that goes on forever without repeating? No. It's none of these, so it must be rational. All right, what is this? This is rational. It contains pi? No. It contains the square root of a non-perfect square? No. It's a decimal that goes on forever without repeating? No. It terminates. It's none of these, so it must be rational. Square root of 81 is rational. How do I know? It contains pi? No. It contains the square root of a non-perfect square? No. Square root of 81 is 9. It's 9. This is just 9. It's a decimal? No, it's none of these, so it must be rational. Pi over 4 is irrational. How do I know? It contains pi. Square root of 45 over 6. That is irrational. How do I know? Contains pi? No. It contains the square root of a non-perfect square. Yes. The square root of 45 is not a perfect square. Irrational. How do I know? The decimal that goes on forever without repeating. Let's identify each as rational or irrational. This is the square root of 64, which is just 8. So that's going to be rational. Just a fraction rational. The square root of 5 over pi. Well, this is irrational on multiple levels. The square root of 5 is irrational, and pi is irrational. So it's irrational. 4 square root of 4. Well, this is just 4 times 2, which is 8. That's rational. And rational because it's just a fraction. Find the square root of each perfect square. Okay, well, this is 4. This is 16, 9, and 15. Check in my answers. Uh-oh. 16. This is not 16. This is 14. This is 14. Checking the answers again. There we go. How do you estimate a square root? Resequence the steps. Let's see. First off, I find the neighbors above and below. I determine if the number is closer to the top neighbor or the bottom neighbor, or near the middle. And then then estimate. If it's closer to the top, I use a 0.1 or a 0.2. If it's closer to the bottom, a 0.8 or a 0.9. If it's in the middle, I use a 0.5. Good. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use my drawing tool for this. And let's do it. So, square root of 82. Square root of 82. I know square root of 81. Square root of 82. Square root of 100. There's neighbors. This equals 9 and this equals 10. And I know it's closer to this, right? It's closer up here, so I think it's closer to the top, so we'll go with a 9.1 on this. Yeah, it's just a little bit bigger than 81, so maybe a 9.1. Do you want to check answer? It likes it. 110. So 100, square root of 100, a square root of 110, a square root of 121. So there are the neighbors, and it feels like it's right in the middle, right? It's right in the middle. 110 is pretty much right in the middle between 100 and 124. So we'll go with the 10.5. We'll put it right in the middle. Square root of 62. Who are his neighbors? Yep. There's the neighborhood. He fits in right between 49 and 64, so he's somewhere between 7 and 8. But he's closer to 8, so it's going to be like a 7 point. I'd go with a 7.9 or 7.8. Either of those should be acceptable. 7.9 or 7.8. Let's see if they're both good. Let's try 7.8. Do a check answer. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to try 7.9. Do a check answer on that. Also good. 8 should not be acceptable. Let's see, check answer. Doesn't like 8. Good. Oh, 7.9 though. Let's get it right. 7.9. Check answer. Looks good. Oh, there's another one. Which question am I on? Oh, there are 2 more. Ooh, 290. I don't know what 290 is. I don't even know his neighbors. Let's go find some neighbors. What do I know? I know 225. I know square root of 225 is 15. Well, let's find out what 16 times 16. 16 times 16 is 256. We're getting close. What's 17 times 17? 7 times 7? I can't use a calculator. Excuse me. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's right here. It's just, if 289 is 17, 290 has got to be like 17.1. It's just a little bit bigger than 280. Square root of 30. Who are his neighbors? Square root of 30, so 25, square root of 30, square root of 36, 5, 6. And he's right in the middle, isn't it? It's right there in the middle, so let's put it at 5.5. Cool. And I got 100% on it. Excellent. All right, hey, thanks for watching. And yes, causes of the Civil War quiz, I'm not going to take that. That's courtesy of Mr. Bess.